Hi there. My name is Rose Marika, and I make videos on the unattractive aspects toward accepting self and community love. As you can tell, I'm outside. Let me give y'all the view. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the vibe. That's the vibe right now. And I have a cute story to share with you all and a lovely message to leave. So feel free to stick around and let's get into it. Brr. The theme of today is expression and finding the pleasurable erotic in looking and feeling. Bitch, on my lip gloss? On my lip gloss. Because, yeah, I had every right to be pissed off. Next. And finding the pleasurable erotic, and not just sexually. The erotic, as Audre Lorde describes it, as the ability to be fully alive in our day to day. So, yesterday, I had the pleasure of attending a workshop held by The Body Poet on Instagram. I will tag their Instagram like right here. Her name is Chi. She is a circus performer, and particularly, she's really well educated and well versed the in pole and also in the trapeze. And she's a dancer. She's an artiste. She's an artist. Okay, so feel free to follow her right here. So she has a workshop. I believe it was called like "Live in Your Body" or "Move in Your Body" or something like that. It was about expression. And one of the exercises she had us do was walking on a catwalk and like creating our own walk. And so it was a group of us, a group of five. We did not know each other, but we were all in it together. So I was the first person to go. Period. Thank you. There was another person who did a walk, and their walk was actually my favorite. His name is Patrick, and the walk Patrick did was that of a monster. It was that of a monster. He had us wide arms, wide leg, open, stomping, crazy sounds like ah with your mouth, crazy facial expressions. Make yourself as big and as scary looking as possible. That was his catwalk. And we all had to do it. Everybody had to do each other's walk. So, growing up, this is another story within another story. I've always had big eyes. I've always had a big smile and smiled with both rows of my teeth. And I just gradually grew until, like, I never had a growth spurt, but you just noticed that, hmm, Rosemarika, damn, you're tall. Like, I first was like the same height as everybody, but then once I got 6 years old and I hit first grade, I just started gradually growing and growing. All of a sudden, I'm the same height as my teachers. It happens. So, that was the case for me. And I remember in third grade, I went to my teacher and I told her I was crying, y'all, crying in tears. And I was like, I feel like a monster because I was, as I said, it was obvious that I was taller than my friends, particularly taller than the girls. And then also, I was the tallest person in class, even taller than the boys. So I would make my shoulders small. I'd walk like this. In pictures, aunties would ask me to smize my eyes, make my eyes a little smaller. Even sometimes I'd be told to make my smile smaller because it was too much. It was too big. Just calm it down a little bit. And I felt like a monster. These bugs are really loving me, McDonald's. But listen, we don't support genocide. Next. So I went to her, I'm crying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. Like, it wasn't even for her to solve the problem, but I just needed somebody to go to, child. And just really expressed that I felt like a monster. And so, fast forward to yesterday when I had the opportunity to be a monster out loud and on purpose and in front of people who, it was also in front of everybody. So it was the people who participated in the workshop, but we were around people who were just eating food, sitting by the water, did not know what the heck we were doing, and they could see us, and it was out in public, and we were just being alive, being alive. And so, boom, it's my turn, right? And one thing about me, I take notes. Like, if you're telling me I have to do something to the T is how somebody else did it, I will absolutely do my best and remember the smallest details that they did and emphasize the details. And so my guy Patrick did his monster walk, and guess what, y'all? I did mine too. And there was a point where he even went over to these two little kids. It was their parents who were participating in the workshop with us, but the kids just decided to sit it out. And so Patrick, he even went to the kids and like, screamed at them too with big hands and and so that was a part of his walk, and we had to do that too. And so I did it as well. I made my eyes as big as possible. I made my mouth as big as possible. I made myself so big and monstrous and owned that. And I was not dampened by it anymore. I was not hurt by it anymore. I was not hurt by how I am made. I was not felt small because of how I am made. And it felt so invigorating to finally accept that I have big eyes and I have a big mouth and I have a big smile and I'm tall and I take up space and I'm a fucking monster.
Period.
Okay? In front of all these people who I don't know will probably never see again. And maybe they'll see me again on a billboard because I absolutely am making an impact. So they might see me again, okay? And that's all right with me. Keep my essence contagious. That's okay with me. What? I'm actually gonna show y'all what my monster looked like. So shouts out Patrick once again. But we're gonna make my tripod higher, and I'm actually going to do the monster walk that I did, the exact monster walk that I did, because I literally say I make videos on the unattractive aspects toward accepting self and community love. And looking like a monster isn't really gonna be attractive all the time. I'm not gonna say let's pretend like it is cute because I mean that's subjective and your opinion of what is cute may not be my opinion of what is cute. Yet, I can at least show you and give you the opportunity to make up your mind for yourself. What I do know though is that this shit is a lot of fun. That's what I do know. Okay, so we made it higher. Okay, are y'all ready for the monster? Okay, me too. So I didn't have a bag while I was doing it. My hair, I had my hair in the middle part that day. Yeah. So I literally, okay, I'm still in the frame. Literally, no exaggeration. Okay, y'all can still see me. This was so much fun. Okay, so let me shake my body. So literally, arms wide open, and this is how I started my stomp. I said, "Ugh! Ah! Ugh! Ah!" And then the kids was right here. I was like, "Ah!" And then I went over here too because we had to go that side too. Ah! Ugh! Ah! So I just really wanted to come on here and share that story because I believe when we're able to invite the parts of us that we consider monster looking or monster esque, we can see how they're actually an invitation for us to experience the erotic at a higher level. They are an invitation for us to feel even more alive. Is it not the feeling of sadness that reminds us how blissful joy is? Is it not the feeling of hunger that that reminds us of the satisfaction we feel when we are fed? That was a little choppy. Let me say that again. Is it not the feeling of hunger that reminds us of the satisfaction we get when we're fed? You know? And so that sadness that once was associated with me looking like a monster, having big eyes, looking scary, unattractive, now, thanks to the Body Poets workshop, and thanks to Patrick for doing that walk of a monster, I was reminded of how that aspect of me is just, hey, yo, I'm about to get the fuck out of here. Next, what I was saying is the last note. That aspect of me is just as integral to my becoming as are the aspects of me that are more appealing and socially um, digestible. And so I invite you to introduce yourself to your monster today. You don't have to do it in front of people if you don't feel called to, but I would like you to know, what parts of you are you afraid of? And in what ways can you express them and make it fun? Tears might come down your face, your heart might feel a little tight, your shoulders might tense. And that's where I also invite you to remember that at all times, you are the awareness of your emotions. You are not the emotions themselves. Therefore, they are not bigger than you. And it is okay to admit if they do feel bigger than you, they seem bigger than you. Yet remember, in reality, they are not, unless we suppress it and pretend like we don't feel succumbed by them. And that's exactly when we start being controlled by our fear. It's when we don't admit that we are fearful of that thing in the first place that we become controlled by it. I invite you to introduce yourself to your monster or monsters. Shit. Maybe we have more than one, and explore them. See how they are portals to aspects of you that you don't know yet. And if possible, approach them with curiosity. If there's resentment, remember to take a deep breath. You're on time, always. I love my monster. And we're just going to close it off with my theme. Hey! All these things dropping from the air like I am in nature. I am in their territory. That was so ethnocentric of me. Like, that was so human of me. This is not my world. It's our world. But like landing on my lip is crazy, isn't it? Okay. So, yes, it is. Um, Next. I'm still figuring out my outro, but we just gonna end it on it's another day, it's another chance, time to seize the moment, watch me do my dance. It's another day, it's another chance, time to seize the moment, watch me do my dance. Now we're gonna say it together. It's another day, it's another chance, time to seize the moment, watch me do my dance. Hey, I'm a motherfucking monster. That's the note we're ending it on. Mwah. I love you very much.